We getting shocked tonight. We getting shocked tonight.
Getting shocked tonight. They getting shocked tonight. She getting shocked tonight. They getting shocked tonight. All up in the dome, you getting shocked tonight. QB1 making every play look like knock them boys out. It ain't even a fight. Motion to the left, now you know he go right. Heard they won't.
Oh yeah, Who Dat Nation, we're getting shook tonight, baby. Let's go Saints, woohoo! But we're not the only ones getting shook tonight, and I'll explain why. Welcome to another episode of the Who Dat Weekly. Hit that intro.
We're headed to another victory. We're big and tall, baby, short and small. We're all part of Who Dat Nation.
I bet we're all feeling the same exact way. Saints fans, we're back, baby. And sure, it's late in the season, and all the haters are out there saying, oh, you just beat the Titans, who cares? Well, you know what? You try going on a 4-game win streak, no matter who you're playing, and come back to me. How about that? I don't give a flying flip about how we won and who we played. I don't give a crap. Everybody has ruled us out all season long. And guess what's happening? We made a few changes, and next thing you know, we're back to being the menacing New Orleans Saints as we once were when we used to have Drew Brees and company. But now we got Tyler Shough and company, and he's shucking things up for everybody in the NFC South. But not just the NFC South, and soon to come, the rest of the NFL. And the Titans have felt it. The Bucks and Panthers have felt it. Who else did we play? Oh, yeah, the Jets have felt it so far. Like, we're not done yet. We still got one game left on our schedule. Now I'm looking at you, you dirty bird bastards. We're coming for our revenge, and I can guarantee that much. We are coming for revenge. We'll talk about that later, though. Let us talk about the now. Let us talk about what Tyler Shough's impact plays have caused a massive shift in the fandom and a massive shift for the team itself. We're also going to mention a few stupid heads, and that's continued to be the negative Nancys in the fan base. I'll point them out shortly on. Sadly, I don't have screenshots. I should have kept the screenshots from my previous video when I called them out, but it is what it is. Maybe next time. But let us talk about yesterday's game. Well, actually, since with this recording, it would be Sunday's game. Saints won in their second biggest comeback win of the season against the Tennessee Titans, who have been improving, and it was very noticeable. Cam Ward definitely showed that he is definitely a good quarterback for the future of the Tennessee Titans. I will give my props to them. They really gave us problems, and they gave us problems early on. And while the Tennessee Titans couldn't score points very well in the first half, they were matching blow for blow each time in the second half when the Saints kept going back and forth and back and forth. Like neither side's defense really stepped up until the Saints' defense really stepped up. Like, I would say if we had to compare which defense won the game for their team, it was definitely the Saints' defense. The Saints' defense made plays. They made critical stops. And on top of that, they really showed up when it mattered most. The Tennessee Titans defense, they were a problem too. There's no doubt about that. I think they definitely could be a force to reckon with maybe next season if they make some improvement down the line. But Tyler Shough, they were just simply no match for the next king of the NFC South coming up soon. Yes, to all you Bucks, Panthers, and Fail Clown fans, you're thinking, why are you hyping up Tyler Shough so soon? Why are you even talking? Why are the lowly New Orleans Saints even remotely happy. Well, we're happy because we finally got ourselves a quarterback. We do not need to draft a quarterback. That is pretty self-explanatory. But on top of that, we're winning games at the right time, even though it's late in the season, and this is usually when you got to fight for playoff spots like everybody else is doing right now. But to all three of you stupid bums excuses for NFC South teams, yeah, I'm calling you a bunch of bums because not all three of y'all are struggling to figure out who's going to win the South. Seriously, do any of y'all want the South? Do you want the Kings of the South to come back and take it? I will gladly take it if the circumstances would allow us. Of course, sadly, we're eliminated from playoff contention. But if we were still in playoff contention, and that's a topic I'm going to talk about in a minute, but in brief, if we were still in playoff contention, the South would definitely be ours this year. For certain. I'm almost, no, not almost. I'm 100% certain we would win the South this year. But I will elaborate that later on. So, but going back to Sunday's game, this game was thrilling. This game had everything you wanted. This game was the battle between two rookie quarterbacks. One was the number 1 draft pick, Cam Ward, who finished the day with 21 for 40, 251, averaged 6.3 yards a game per throw, 2 touchdowns, and only took 4 sacks. He had a QBR rating of 53.2. Is that right? Yeah, 53.2. But you compare that to yes, I'm saying it like that, the Tyler Shough, the greatest Saints rookie to ever play in a Saints uniform. You compare that to Tyler Shough's stats. Tyler Shough finished the day 22 for 27, 333 yards, setting himself a new career record in his young career. Averaged 12.3 yards per throw, 2 touchdowns, only took 2 sacks, which is actually surprising. So the O-line got to give him some credit there. But the QBR, 82. Hell yeah, damn right. Yeah, I'm getting the Ole Miss out of me for a second. But it applies to this situation. Like, clearly Tyler Shough not only just won the game, but he won the quarterback battle easy peasy. There is, and like I said, Cam Ward is definitely going to be a great quarterback for the Tennessee Titans for the long run. There's no doubt about that. But Tyler Shough, man, he played his heart out. I'm about to say the wrong words. Words that might get me muted on YouTube. So we're going to try to avoid that today. But man, he played his heart out, and let's break this down on how well Tyler Shough played. He played so well. Let me just list you the things that he had missing from Sunday's game. He did not have his fully healthy O-line. We had 2 interior linemen out for the game. That's why you saw Sherman out there. You saw I think it was Luke or something like that. I forget their names. But there were 2 guys that were usually not playing for the Saints O-line. They were missing because the 2 starters were out for the game. Cesar Ruiz was out for the game. Somebody else was out for the game. I forget. But he was dealing with a line that was filled with more holes than before. And early on in the game, it was looking those holes were going to be a huge issue because we had early issues with the offense. Like, the offense could not move the ball. We lost the ball on the first play. Well, no, not the first play. I think the second or third play in the game. Luckily, we recovered it, so we were fine. But then we have the worst punt in the world, which, by the way, we need to get a better punter. I'm not sold on this Kroger guy. This guy, shout out to Brittany, by the way. She's one of my subscribers. She told me the other day that Kroger should go work for Kroger. I had to throw that out there. That was such a good joke. I had to just say it in my podcast. But anyway, back to the game. So the Saints' offense in the first session was just not clicking whatsoever. Poor Shough was getting sacked left and right. But then they flipped the switch. They instantly flipped the switch. They started running the ball a lot. I'm about to talk about that in a minute. And we just made chunk plays after chunk plays. Tyler Shough just commanded that field like it was nothing. Like, he looked like he was a pro. He looks like a 10-year pro, just throwing that ball, slinging it around like it was nothing. it's like if you had asked me, is this guy even a rookie? I would tell you, yeah, he is. I can't believe it because this dude looks like a professional. He looks like he has been playing in the NFL for years, and he's only in year one of his young NFL career, and that is something, man. That is something. Oh, man. So, as I was saying, we had a rough start in the beginning. The offense was not clicking right away, but then they made it click. They started getting that engine rolling. Here comes the Tyler Shough train, all crashing right through that Tennessee defense, and he just made them pay. And next thing you know, we came back again, our second comeback win of the year. And oh my God, was this a thriller. This was everything you could have asked for in a rookie versus rookie matchup from this previous draft. This was a classic. I loved it. And look, Tennessee fans, y'all might be upset that y'all lost this game, but you guys have a lot to be proud of. And y'all have a lot of things to be hopeful about for next season. So, sure, it stinks to lose. And look, I get it. Going through the first 2 months of football really sucked. But y'all gonna make strides next season. I think y'all just continue to add pieces to the obviously missing pieces, especially on the offensive side of the ball and defense. They're basically like us, but we managed to win games. We're using everything. We're basically using everybody that's available at this point. In fact, I kind of got a little bit off track here. Let me go back to what I was talking about with Tyler Shough and what he was throwing to. As I mentioned, a bunch of missing pieces on O-line. It was very evident. He only had one starter on the receiver core, just one starter. That is it, and that was Chris Olave. He had 3 guys that were on the practice squad, and what were their names again? Let me just look real quick. They were Dante Pettis, Kevin Austin Jr., Moliki Matavio, and Audric Estime. I mean, if you ask me who those guys were, I'm just like, I only know about Matavio because he was the 7th round pick from this past draft. That's all I knew, but I don't know who Dante Pettis was. I don't know who what's his dude's name again? Oh yeah, Kevin Austin Jr. I don't know who that guy was. They just picked him off the streets for all I know, and that is totally fine. That is totally fine, and they made it work. Tyler Shough, I tell you what, I don't know if the spirit of Drew Brees is in Tyler Shough right now, but Tyler Shough methodically used those guys for his advantage, and he made them look like they were superstars out there. It was incredible. I couldn't help but feel that I was watching Drew Brees throw to a bunch of nobodies that he's been doing his entire career. We all know that. That's exactly what it looked like. Tyler Shough was thrown to a bunch of people who we probably picked up from Burger King or DoorDash or something. We picked up a bunch of people and they balled out. And sadly, Tyler Shough could have had 3 touchdowns had Dante Pettis not fumbled in the end zone. And let me tell you, that was one hell of a play by Dante Pettis. It sucks that it didn't result in a touchdown the way he was making people miss. That kind of stinks, but we won the game. That's all said and done. That's totally fine. Totally fine. So, but man, one hell of a game. Now, the 2 things that really stood out to me the most was, again, Tyler Shough continuing to establish that connection with Chris Olave, who once again had a great day. His day, he had 8 receptions, 119 yards, averaged 14.9 yards per catch, 1 touchdown. Oh, man, you couldn't get any better than that. And then Juwan Johnson. We've been mentioning his name a lot lately. And let me tell you, for us Saints fans, we've been very skeptical about Juwan Johnson for really the last 3 years. And suddenly, Juwan Johnson, you add Tyler Shough to the mix, and next thing you know, you have the best chemistry you could ever ask for in any offensive players. And Juwan Johnson, he had his first career day of 4 receptions, 95 yards, had an average of 23.8 yards per catch. He had a day. And let me tell you, he came in the clutch. And that's a sentence I thought I'd never say. Because, like I said, we've been very critical about Juwan Johnson. We thought we overpaid him for somebody who's done little to nothing the last 3 years. But he has come out and he has embraced the quarterback scenario very well. And he and Tyler Shough probably could have that dynamic duo that really deadly offensive attack like Patrick Mahomes and... what's that dude's name? You all know who I'm talking about. Travis Kelce. There we go. Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. It was like with Drew Brees back then, with Jeremy Shockey or Jimmy Graham, you name it. Like, holy moly, do we have something cooking in the Saints offense. And I freaking love it. All shout out to Kellen Moore, by the way, for just preparing these guys. Just let's give him a hand of applause, man. And to all the skeptics and the haters out there who were calling for his head early on, I haven't forgotten about that. How do y'all feel right now? How y'all feel right now? Y'all feel probably pretty stupid right now, don't y'all? Like, you could have asked for a great game, and Kellen Moore has continued to impress me week in, week out. And of course, I've already mentioned Tyler Shough, but we've mentioned him so many times. Let's give Kellen Moore some love and praise right now, because yeah, sure, I had some doubts. I admit that I had some doubts, but I told myself he's a rookie coach. He's trying to figure things out. Let him figure things out, and he is doing just that. And to all those idiots who were saying we should fire him, he's not built to be a head coach. Where are y'all now? Where are y'all now? You're probably hiding under the rocks where y'all came from. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm on one today, y'all. I'm on one today because oh, man. I tell you what, if we finish this season with, a 5-game win streak with the Atlanta game coming up, I am going to be absolutely insufferable. Falcon fans, you're going to hate me for life. I am never going to stop talking my trash. And to all those idiots out there who were, cracking jokes and they were saying, oh, you don't know ball, blah, blah, blah. You're absolutely silent right now. And let me tell you, I freaking love it. Like, I just told myself, we're not going to reply or really call them out as much because, this is a rebuild year. The only thing I was hoping for was a strong finish, and we're getting just that. And to all the Tyler Shough haters out there, and I'm about to address that. We're going to address that right now, actually. There's still some Tyler Shough haters out there, and some Saints fans who still don't believe in Tyler Shough enough. Their common excuses are, we only played bad teams, and we haven't played anybody significant. Well, you know what? If Carolina wins the division, they beat Tampa Bay this coming weekend. That's a playoff team, and we beat them twice. If Tampa Bay beats Carolina, well, guess what? We beat them once, and that says something. If say both of them crash and burn, and Atlanta's, hopefully this doesn't happen. If Atlanta wins out, actually, no, we're not going to mention that scenario because if they beat us again this weekend, then that's not good. That's not a good thing. But we're not worried about that right now. So the thing I wanted to point out is that the common excuse is that we haven't played anybody significant. We actually have in our own division, and yes, our division kind of stinks right now, but it still counts because you still got to have somebody from the NFC South to represent in the playoffs, and usually whoever's from the NFC South usually matches up pretty well in the playoffs. They may not last long, but they're still in the playoffs nonetheless. So therefore, Tyler Shough potentially has either been one playoff team twice or one playoff team once. I don't know which is going to happen, but we'll find out next week from there. But another subsection of these haters, as I call them, or these really salty Spencer Rattler fans, also a.k.a. overly negative Saints fans, there's still some out there that's saying, well, we should have still gotten Shedeur, even if after we drafted Tyler Shough. I'm sorry. You know what? Let's pull some stats up. Let me switch screens for y'all real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Because I want to show y'all something that these overly negative Saints fans just seem to have forgotten, or they just don't realize. So give me 1 second, y'all, because I had to do a little research just to see how well Shedeur Sanders. I've only seen him play a few times. I know he won this past weekend against Pittsburgh, which is a big blow to Pittsburgh, but we're not talking about them. I just want to mention something. So, all right, here we go. Transition. There we go. These are Shedeur Sanders stats right here. He has 1,289 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 picks, and he's had 10 picks. He's had like 6, 7 of them within 3 games. 20.2 QBR. Let's compare that to Tyler Shough. Here's Tyler Shough's stats. 2,125 yards, 9 touchdowns, 5 turnovers, interceptions. Now this, I don't know why that's so low, but the other one, what's his name? Shedeur Sanders was pretty low too. But I think it's because both of them haven't really played long enough to really get that QBR up. But still, look, this is night and day. Look, night, day, night, day. Are you telling me you would prefer this quarterback with these stats over this quarterback with these stats? Give me a break. Come on, Saints fans. You overly negative Saints fans. You stupid ass, sorry for my language, but you stupid Spencer Rattler fans, a.k.a. Shedeur stands. Are you kidding me? Shedeur stinks. I have said it from day one. Shedeur stinks. Now, before I fully say he's absolutely trash, because I have a level of how to determine a quarterback is not good. There's mediocre. There's trash. There's he's really trash, and then there's absolutely trash. Right now, Shedeur's is just trash. He's like in tier 2 of the level of badness, if that makes any sense. Like, Shedeur has done literally nothing to convince me why we should have drafted him instead. Tyler Shough has given me every single reason to believe in him. And sure, yes, I was upset at first. I will admit that, and I already made my confessions in videos before. But the thing, though, is that Tyler Shough has really convinced me that he's the guy that is the answer to the Saints team. He has used players that you would never even think of, and he has elevated them to the next level. Who would have thought that? Huh? Who would have thought that? What has Shedeur Sanders done? Seriously, what has Shedeur Sanders done? He has done nothing. He's had one game, which ironically was against the Titans, where he had one really good game. I'll give him credit there. But ever since then, he has done nothing. He has been terrible this year. Now, of course, all the Shedeur Sanders fans, or as they call them, the Shedeur Sanders stands, they're going to say, oh, he doesn't have the right weapons. He don't have enough offensive pieces. It's like, yeah, sure, pal. Yeah, sure, pal. He still stinks no matter what. Like, if you one Shedeur Sanders fan said that he had literally no weapons. I think I already said that, but he literally said he had no weapons to work with and to win. Well, you know what? Tyler Shough had no weapons either, and guess what? We're winning games. We've won 4 in a row. And if we want to count the last 6 games, we've won 4 out of our last 5 games. Like, come on, man. Be realistic. Shedeur Sanders, the hype behind him was a miss. A huge swing and a miss. Like, I can't emphasize how dumb y'all look. Because, oh my God. You're telling me you would prefer Shedeur Sanders over Tyler Shough if we had a massive redo? No. Give me Tyler Shough. All day, every day, 24/7, on Bourbon Street if it has to be that way. Like, no. Give me Tyler Shough. He has proven he is a quarterback that can contend. He has proven to me that he is a quarterback that can win, and he's proven to me he is a quarterback that can excel bad players or really players you least think about to the next level. That is significant. And given the state of our team, and you know me, I've been very critical about how this team has been structured. The fact he is winning with scrub players is huge. This is huge. Just think, whatever pieces we add to the next offseason and the next draft, oh my God, the NFC South, you're screwed. Daddy's coming home, baby. Who dat, baby? Oh, man, it's got me pumped. It's got me pumped. And you know what? This last thing I want to talk about is this one thing I want to talk about is something that's really piqued my curiosity is, why didn't we start Tyler Shough sooner? Why didn't we start him sooner? Now, the logical part of me thinks that I'm glad we didn't start him right away because I don't think he was quite ready yet. Sure, he had a pretty okay performance in preseason, but that kind of told me, no, you're not quite ready yet. It might be best for you to sit on X amount of games. I figured it'd be about 6 games he would sit. It actually took 9 games because Spencer Rattler was actually doing solid for us. But it really starts to make me think, could we, if we had started him, say, 6 games afterwards, like I initially thought, do you think we would be in contention for the NFC South right now? My answer to that, absolutely yes. Let me tell you what, I think if we had started Tyler Shough after Game 6 of this season, I truly think we would be in contention for the playoffs right now. I think we would be in contention for the division because, as I just mentioned, those Falcons don't want it, those kitty cats don't want it, and those Succaneers don't want it. Who else wants it? We'll take it. Seriously, man. Like, we will gladly take it. Absolutely we'll take it because who else wants it? These 3 bums don't want it. We'll take it. But sadly, that's not the scenario we're in. And I'm happy, even though it makes me wonder if we should have started him sooner. I'm glad we didn't because now we have something to look forward to for next season. Now we know what exactly we need to build around. We need to get better offensive line pieces, especially in the interior. We need to get a couple more receivers, maybe a backup tight end. I don't know. Actually, yeah, we do know. And continue to boost up the defense, especially in the defensive line and maybe a linebacker or 2. Because, like, we might lose Cam Jordan to retirement. We might lose DeMar Davis to retirement. I don't know just yet. They might play with us one more year. If they do, great. So, but then I would still draft somebody to potentially be their replacement. Like, yeah, like, good things are happening for the Saints. And us winning out would be the best thing for this team. Because it will give us so much confidence, not just to the team, but to us fans, that we can actually progress to the next level. And we're expecting next season to be a hell of a lot better than this season. Because this season has been terrible this year. But the way we have finished, and and hopefully we can finish strong, would be the greatest thing we could ever see. And that is something I was hoping would happen. I wasn't entering this season, as you already know, for those who've been watching my channel for so long, for this entire year, in my entire first year doing this. If you had seen me talk about the uncertainty about how this team could be, I wasn't sure about the quarterback. I wasn't sure how the defense was going to do. Wasn't sure how the quarterback was going to lead the offense. How good was the offense going to be under either Spencer Rattler or Tyler Shough? I really don't know. But here we are. Now we know. We know that Spencer Rattler was not good enough. We know that Tyler Shough was definitely the guy that we thought would just be another backup, but end up being that guy. He has that it factor. It's pretty evident that we have a lot to be hopeful about, and I am stoked. Man, if only we had 2 more games, or if only the season was just a little longer. I don't want this streak to end. I want us to really see more of this team blossom in the best way possible. I am so happy about that. In the meantime, I think I'll wrap it up here. But what are your thoughts on from Sunday's game? Why do you think Saints fans, or some small percentage of Saints fans, still want Shedeur Sanders? What do you think of Tyler Shough's performance so far after this 4-game win streak? How are you feeling? Most importantly, because I can tell you one thing, I'm feeling pretty damn good. And yep. So with that being said, I'll talk to you guys next time. And remember, screw the Falcons. It's Falcons Hate Week. Who dat, baby?
KK, you are the savior. We yelling black and gold.